Welcome to Cupid's Logic, where love meets predictive intelligence. We decode attraction, conflict, attachment, and compatibility, so you can know if it will last before you commit.
You say, "I need tonight to myself." Your partner answers, "Wow, I guess you do not want this relationship." Now you are explaining, apologizing, and wondering whether your boundary was unreasonable. Or you say, "I am not ready to share that password," and suddenly you are being treated like someone with something to hide. The original request may have taken 10 seconds. Their reaction can stay with you for days.
Welcome to Cupid's Logic. I am your host, Craig Pruitt, and today we are diving into what happens after you say no. Because the answer itself is not always the most revealing part. Sometimes the real information comes from the pause afterward, the questions, the pressure, and what changes once the conversation is over.
Are you ready for the truth? A respectful boundary is not a wall your partner has to defeat. It is information about how two people stay connected while both remain real, separate, and free to make honest choices.
Every relationship has moments like this. One person wants more time together, while the other needs rest. One wants to solve an argument immediately, while the other needs an hour to settle down. One is ready to move in, combine finances, or plan a future, while the other needs more information. Those differences are not automatic proof that love is failing. The important question is whether both people can handle the difference without making honesty feel dangerous.
A boundary is a clear statement about what you will do, what you are comfortable with, or what you are not available for. It is not a command that your partner must feel happy about it. They may feel disappointed. They may need a moment. They may even disagree. Emotional safety does not mean nobody ever feels frustrated. It means frustration does not become permission to punish, intimidate, pressure, or wear you down.
Before you read someone else's reaction, make sure they actually received a clear message. "I wish we spent less time together" can mean several things. "I want Tuesday evenings to myself so I can rest and handle personal tasks" gives the relationship something concrete to understand.
Clarity does not require a perfect speech. You might say, "I am not ready to discuss moving in. I want us to revisit it in 3 months, after we talk about finances and daily responsibilities." Or, "I am willing to continue this conversation, but not while we are raising our voices. I need 20 minutes, and I will come back at 8. That is not harsh. It is honest, specific, and respectful of both people.
Be honest with yourself. Are you stating a need, or hoping your partner will notice your discomfort without you having to risk saying it out loud? Hints can protect us from a difficult moment, but they can also leave us evaluating a reaction to a message that was never fully spoken. Then watch the first few seconds after you say it. A respectful response might sound like, "I am disappointed, but I understand. Can we talk about what would feel comfortable for you?" Or, "I did not realize that mattered so much. Thank you for telling me." There is no requirement for perfect agreement. What matters is curiosity, respect, and room for your answer to remain no. A different response might be, "If you loved me, you would do it," or, "Fine, I guess I know where I stand." Notice what just happened. The conversation moved from their request to your character. Suddenly you are defending whether you are loving enough, loyal enough, or committed enough. Other forms of pressure can be quieter. Repeated persuasion, mockery, exaggerated disappointment, cold silence, or making you responsible for their entire emotional state.
A question seeks understanding. Pressure keeps going until your answer changes. That distinction matters. Your partner can ask how you reached a decision. They can explain how it affects them. They can say they are disappointed. But the conversation should still leave you free to choose, without being punished for choosing.
And people do sometimes react badly for a moment and then repair. They might blurt out, "Seriously? You need a whole evening away from me?" Then they take a breath and come back with, "That came out badly. I am disappointed, but I respect your plan." That is different from repeating the accusation, escalating the pressure, and pretending the apology never happened. One imperfect moment is data. The pattern afterward is stronger data. But the real evidence comes later, when the conversation is over. Did your partner remember that you needed space? Or did the same argument return next week? Did they stop sharing private information about you? Or did your story appear in a group chat? Did they respect your request for a pause? Or follow you from room to room demanding an answer?
An apology matters. A promise matters. But reliable respect is behavior that continues when there is no apology to perform and no immediate consequence to avoid. It looks ordinary. Your partner asks before sharing something personal. They accept that a busy day does not mean a lack of love. They remember your limits without making you restart the same battle every week.
If you want a practical way to observe this, choose one low-stakes boundary that is real for you. Do not invent a test or provoke a reaction. You might keep Saturday evening for yourself, decide your own weekend schedule, or say that you are not ready to set an engagement date until you have discussed money, family expectations, and conflict.
State it plainly. I care about us, and I am keeping Saturday evening for myself. I will see you Sunday afternoon. Then notice 3 things without turning the moment into a courtroom. Could you say what you meant? How did your partner respond right away? And over the next week, did their actions support what they said? You can write down the facts while they are fresh. What did you request? What did they do? Did you feel able to stay honest? Did the conversation recover? This is not about building a case against someone or analyzing every sentence. It is about separating one uncomfortable moment from a pattern your instincts may already be trying to explain. Please do not use this exercise if saying no could lead to retaliation, intimidation, threats, isolation, or harm. If your safety, housing, finances, or access to support could be affected, this is bigger than a communication technique. Prioritize your safety and contact a trusted person, qualified professional, or appropriate local support service. You do not have to prove a pattern by putting yourself in danger. When limits are repeatedly ignored, the damage often begins quietly. You stop mentioning what you need. You accept plans you resent. You calculate which version of the truth will create the least conflict. Then resentment grows, because one person is carrying the cost of keeping the relationship calm. Emotional distance can look mysterious, even though it was built one unspoken no at a time.
The hopeful version looks different. You say, I need time alone, and your partner does not treat that as abandonment. You say, I am not ready, and they do not turn your timeline into a character judgment. You disagree, take a pause, and return with more information instead of more punishment. Over time, you learn that honesty does not automatically threaten connection, and your partner learns that closeness does not require control.
That kind of respect supports better conflict recovery, healthier independence, more honest intimacy, and wiser decisions about commitment. Compatibility is not the absence of limits. It is the ability to build a shared life where both people can remain fully present inside it. So remember what to watch for. Can you state the limit clearly? How does your partner respond in the moment? And do their actions change consistently afterward? Look for patterns, not perfection. Make room for surprise, learning, and repair. But do not explain away repeated pressure, punishment, intimidation, or violations just because the relationship also has good moments. Your no is information. Their response is information. What happens next is information too. This is not a secret test designed to trap your partner. It is a way to see whether honesty can exist here without you paying for it later. I would love to hear your thoughts about the boundaries that have helped you feel respected and safe. For more tools, visit cupidslogic.com to explore the Prism compatibility engine and learn how relationship intelligence can help you see patterns before you make a bigger commitment. You do not have to guess your way through every relationship decision. You can ask better questions and choose with greater clarity. Thanks for listening to Cupid's Logic. Remember, you're not bad at relationships. You've been flying blind. Until next time, protect your honesty Respect your limits and pay attention to what happens after the answer is no.
This has been Cupid's Logic. Stop flying blind in love. Visit cupidslogic.com and let the Prism engine reveal what your relationship data already knows.